Hello and welcome to more LSV Gabby Sparks Vintage Cube. It's like normal Vintage Cube, but they got rid of a lot of bad cards and put in some good cards. Life from the Loam, Underworld Breach. Two cards I have no idea why they were not in the other Vintage Cube list. They're just sweet. Life from the Loam particularly enables like an entirely new archetype, which is the lands archetype. I don't know how much other lands combos there are, but even on its own, this is just an insane card value engine with like Bazaar of Baghdad or anything that can loot or rummage. This card's just very good. I love Underworld Breach. I'm tempted to first pick it. I think Scalding Tarn is the correct first pick. And then like trying to wheel Underworld Breach. So the question is, do I want to play Discipline? The other, if you were like drafting to win, like Mana Tithe Usher could be an option as well. I'm not going to do that though. I'm drafting to have a bit of fun here. And given this pack, Scalding Tarn is probably... I'm just going to take Breach. This is like Yawgmoth's Will, but better. So it's hard to be too upset about that. So the Triome, this is green, black, blue. Elrond's Epiphany seems very expensive, but maybe it's better than Time Warp, because for like 1 extra mana you get 2 birds. I think that's probably better than Time Warp. So if you're gonna play it, I like that. Badlands, Faithless Looting. Ooh, Orchid's Lumberjack was one of my favorites. They used to be in the older Vintage Cubes, and they brought it back. Sweet card. Badlands or Looting. Faithless Looting is actually pretty good with Underworld Breach, isn't it? But I'm gonna take Badlands. I think typically Breach decks end up like black-red. Here we have Mystical Tutor. Putrid Imp is like a very weird enabler for a Storm deck. I don't think I would recommend it. Shark Typhoon is decent. Tundra is a good pickup. But I'm gonna take the Mystical Tutor. Let's see if we can do some nonsense here. There's a High Tide. High Tide Underworld Breach sounds awesome. There's also Cabal Ritual, Animate Dead, Deceiver Exarch. I'm a sucker for High Tide. We also have Mystical Tutor. Like, maybe we just don't even play Underworld Breach, but Mystical Tutor High Tide is such a good combo. Oh, I guess I guess they have Time Warp and Elrond's Epiphany. I like it less, but it's still good. Urza's pretty good with High Tide. Misty Rainforest kind of guarantees that if we get, say, like a blue-red land, we can fetch it up. It's pretty hard to pass up on Urza, though. This card's just like, it is mana, it is card draw, it's a like relevant body. It's a very, very good card. Can I get through it? Because like Misty, High Tide decks really rely on fetch for duels. Can I get away from Urza? Actually, I think I can. I'm not saying that's necessarily optimal, but it felt potentially like, ooh, Mystic Sanctuary? Oh, that's really good with fetch for Misty. It might come around. I've seen that card go pretty late. It is very good in a deck like this, though. But so with like Dark Confidant or Baral. Even Coercive Portal, like... You just play that early. If we play Coercive Portal, we don't have to play any creatures. I do like that option, and then we can try and wheel the Misty Sanctuary with not that many cards left in the pack. We'll see how that goes. I don't know if it's necessarily great. Well, there's a lot of creatures in here. I guess I take Atris. It is card draw. Yeah, we'll take Atris. Blue-black is, you know, kind of the colors you probably want to end up in. There's a Rite of Flame, a Wandering Fumarole. I'll take the Fumarole. Windsoul doesn't really help us, and Rite of Flame is pretty medium. It doesn't even work well with like Baral. It does work well with Burgi, but it's... I think I'm going to take the fixing here. Here, Life from the Loam, Recurring Nightmare. Again, the white cards always come around. What are we doing now? I have a Misty. I mean, Life from the Loam is interesting. Rakdos Return is double off color, but not out of the question. I guess I take this. It's like a pretty decent failed storm win condition. So I'm not against that. Now we can take this fetchable blue-black source. I like Faithless Looting, but again, we really want to, if possible, make High Tide work. So we'll see if that happens. Putrid Imp, Lumbering Falls. I guess I'll take the Falls. Cabal Ritual came around. Alright, Cabal Ritual wheeling tells us we're in a pretty good spot. Same with Wishclaw Talisman. So basically, if there are Storm cards in the next couple of packs, we should get most of them. Because nobody took them. If we can get... someone took our card. We do get Kozilek, which I kind of like. Someone took our... What is that? The island that lets you put lands on top. I don't think it's super necessary for the deck. Forgot what I took over it. Coercive Portal. Yeah, I think this is just a better card most of the time. But it would be nice to have both. Alright, what do we want? Turnabout, Frantic Search, Time Spiral, Time Twister, Brain Freeze, Strip Mine? We could have had, I mean, Strip Mine, Excavator, there was Life from the Loam. Those are all good. I kind of want to take Aminatu's Augury. With Kozilek in your deck, this card gets quite a bit better, right? Because you can just cast a Kozilek for free. So I'll take that, maybe wheel a Lotus Petal or Spell Pierce, but this is a really good top end card for Storm. Oh, there's Echo of Aeons. That's pretty fun. Let's go for an Echo of Aeons. I like Ancient Tomb, All Sun's Dawn. Professor Onyx is an interesting win condition, but we're pretty far in. 1,000 Deep Dwelling. I guess there's a Flicker archetype. That's kind of interesting. We could take Teferi. We could take Ulamog. I don't think Ulamog's really for this deck. Teferi is just there to like protect our combo. We don't have any white mana currently, but casting like Echo of Aeons at instant speed seems pretty nice. So I'll just take it. I'm very unlikely to be playing it, but if we start getting like a bunch of Tundras, I could see a world where Teferi makes his way into our deck. Okay, there's the Time Twister. Song of Creation. Ooh, that's pretty fun. Okay, you just need a bunch of mana with Song of Creation. We're gonna take Time Twister. We have like all of the card draw now. We need win conditions. LED would be one of the best possible draws. Lion's Eye Diamond with Underworld Breach is a very good combo. If you can get Brain Freeze alongside that, then you can just mill your whole deck, generate a big storm, and then Brain Freeze your opponent for lethal. So card draw, we're set. We need mana. We are all in on the mana, although High Tide helps. Thran Dynamo, Dark Depths. Ooh, that's a fun one. Veil of Summer, I don't... Actually, it's probably good enough. Yeah, it's Thran Dynamo versus Talisman of Indulgence. Talisman helps us splash our weird, like, black-red off cards. Is easier to cast, but it does not generate anywhere near as much mana as Thran Dynamo does. I'm gonna take the Dynamo. We're on big spells here. Dismember, Blood Crypt. I already have Badlands, so I don't really need Blood Crypt. This is overall a pretty bad pack for us. I'm gonna take Dismember so we have at least some amount of interaction. I'm down to not die before like turn 4. So what do we really want? Like, Fast Bond is interesting. Talisman of Dominance, Tendrils. I probably have to take Tendrils, right? This is unfortunate. The last pack had like actual nothing, and this pack has Fast Bond, Factor Fiction, Talisman, Tendrils. Like, we gotta take Tendrils here. We need a win con, and that's one of the best you could ask for. Ooh, Arcane Denial is very interesting. Counter target spell. Control may draw up to 2 cards, beginning the next end upkeep. You draw a card. That's pretty good with like Time Twister, Echo of Aeons. Like if we're going to be like giving them a bunch of cards, Arcane Denial being cheap as a protective spell might actually end up being better than Cryptic in this deck. I kind of like it. I'm taking it. Arcane Denial is a sweet addition to the cube for sure. Here I guess I take a Ramanop Excavator. I passed a Fate's Fetter or a Fast Bond. I don't think any of these are really happening. All Sun's Dawn honestly could be an interesting win con. We'll take it. I have a lot of cards of different colors. Whether or not I will be able to cast them is a separate question. We could take Ulamog. I don't love it, but I'm not playing anything else. So now, I guess we could get the Eldrazi Trifecta if Emrakul shows up somewhere. Song of Creation, Expressive Iteration, Memory Jar. I kind of like Memory Jar more than Song of Creation. They're both sweet. I don't know, that was tough. Bazaar of Baghdad actually is interesting. I'm not playing anything else. Inferno Titan... Sure. Fire Blast. Alright, well, Mono Red is open, but that's, again, like always the case. Bazaar would be interesting if we could get Life from the Loam. We know we can't, but we get Mind's Desire. That helps quite a bit. Forlist Island Mountain. There's also Sneak Attack. We have Sneak, Kozilek, Ulamog, obviously, are pretty decent. I guess that's about it. We just have to take Mind's Desire. I love the Triome. Sneak is good. Oh, there's Narset. Oh, man. Honestly, I maybe just have to take Narset here because... First of all, she's absurd in this deck. Just, like, getting any, like, spell, like, she just draws a bunch of cards. But we have so much, like, Time Twister, Echo of Aeons shenanigans. Arcane Denial, even. I think Narset might be better. And I think Narset's not going to wheel. This card's insane. Mind's Desire might come around. We saw Cabal Ritual go late. We saw Tendrils go late. People probably aren't drafting Storm, and this is a good pack. I'm going to take Narset. Ooh, Demonic Tutor. And Ponder? Oh my gosh. It's probably Demonic Tutor. This card's... just insane. Yeah. Just getting whatever card you want is... It's hard to go wrong there. There's Dark Ritual. What is this? 3 mana, 2/3. Snowlands enter tapped. Non-creature spells your opponent casts with CMC 4 or greater. Cost 2 more. Okay. I'm not going to read the back half just yet. I think I'm taking Dark Ritual, or... I could take Preordain and wheel Dark Ritual, but I have so much card draw. Dark Ritual, Underworld Breach is a good way to generate a lot of mana, right? Each roll to the card's mana cost, plus 3 other cards from your graveyard. So Dark Ritual for 3 can just generate a ton of Storm. That seems pretty easy. I just have so much card draw with Preordain. Okay, so we're going to take Dark Ritual, and what does this do? If a sorcerer opponent controls will deal damage to a permanent, prevent 1. Whenever you or target spell becomes the target of a spell or ability, counter it unless they pay one. That's actually pretty good. We're going to take the ritual here. There could be an argument again. Oh my gosh. All of the cards we want in the same packs. We pretty much have to take LED. With Underworld Breach, it's a lot of mana and pretty easy to win off tendrils at that point. Steam Vents, though, makes Misty get blue-red. Let me think about this. Is LED actually that good without Brain Freeze? I think so. It's insane. Our deck is missing mana. That is mana. It's hard to go too wrong there. We have Entomb. So Entomb lets us Entomb for like tendrils or LED if we have Breach specifically. That's interesting. We can also take like Ulamog because it doesn't reshuffle. I kind of like that. Because we don't really want to discard reshuffle right after we set up a Breach. Like if we go to LED and then, yeah. I think you know what I mean. We're going to take Ulamog. What is this? Mountain, Plains, Swamp. It doesn't get blue. Super unfortunate. Dig Through Time I don't love. Pyretic Ritual is something. I guess this is here if we think we want to play Teferi. But I think we're just going to go pretty strictly. I don't even think I need Rakdos Return anymore. Pretty strictly like blue-black with a very, very light splash of red. So probably not playing Teferi, but am I playing any of these cards? I could take Chupacabra for interaction, I guess. That seems okay. Vampiric Tutor, Binding the Old Gods, Trinket Mage. So I have Mystical Tutor, now Vampiric. And Wishclaw Talisman, and Demonic Tutor. I don't think I need that many tutors. Trinket Mage specifically just gets LED. Alright, is this card even good? I don't actually know what I'm doing here. I will just be drawing the card I want every turn, which is kind of nice. Alright, sure. Damnation, Grave Titan, Mizzix's Mastery. Take Damnation, again. Yep, Mind's Desire did come around. That is excellent. We take that. Oh, there is Lava Claw Reaches as well, but given what I have going on, Mind's Desire seems very good. Mind's Desire Wield, the Triumph, Plain Swamp Forest doesn't really help. Seagate Restoration is interesting, but that's like so much mana, right? Yeah. I guess we take Ugin. Am I Tellurian Academying? I don't have like any artifacts, do I? No. So I could Mana Flare, but I don't have any land untaps, which is pretty unfortunate. We could take a Talisman maybe if we want to be a bit faster. It's an extra red source for Underworld Breach, which lets me play fewer mountains. It can let me cast Teferi if we want to go down that route. Because Teferi in this deck would be good. You can even bounce your own Underworld Breach, right? Yeah, that's insane. Okay, so that goes to sideboard. I think we're going to get rid of Ulamog and Kozilek. But I probably will keep Ulamog the Ceaseless Hunger, because now Anamatu's Augury can cast like Ulamog Ugin, which seems really good. So that's one win con. We can Mind's Desire into these plus Augury. A lot of options there. Monastery, Mentor, Hero's Downfall, Necromancy. I don't think I need fallback, so I'll take a Hero's Downfall. Yorion's fun. If this was pod drafting, I would take Gideon because that card can just blank like my deck. Finding the Old Gods. I have a pretty free green splash. The Triome, what does it do again? It's Sultai colors? Yeah, actually, I do have a free green splash. I don't know if I really want to use it though. Probably not playing Teferi. I don't even know if I need Atris, Chupacabra. We have all this really awesome big stuff. These are lands. That is 23 playables. I think I like Talisman. My deck's a little bit slow and that's more red mana. Dismember for like some semblance of interaction. Although maybe Damnation is just better than Dismember here. Because I have one creature and it's indestructible. So we'll play Damnation because I can tutor for it pretty easily. The question is, do I want All Sun's Dawn? Probably not. Atris is fine, right? Target opponent looks at the top 3 cards of your library, puts them in 2 piles, you choose one. It does put cards into my graveyard. So if I wanted to, I could cut like Vampiric Tutor. Or maybe I want Satyr Wayfinder actually. Because Satyr Wayfinder, like putting 3 cards into my graveyard and then just like chump blocking is interesting. Because right now I have Mystical Tutor, Vampiric Tutor. I don't think I want Vampiric Tutor. There's like, we're going to get to a point where basically we have way too many tutors and not enough payoffs. And I'm not looking forward to that. Alright, I think for the mana we're going to go with, how many islands is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 islands to make High Tide as good as possible. And then we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 black sources. Most of the time we're using black mana, we're going to be going off like Tendrils, Atris, Dark Ritual, Cabal Ritual. I could maybe get away with running fewer black sources, but maybe I do want to run Dismember instead of Damnation. That lets me run much, much fewer black sources. I could even cut another swamp if I wanted to. Yeah, actually we're going to run Dismember instead of Damnation in the main deck. And we're just going to try it like this. Talisman is another red source. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 red sources for Breach. We're only casting Breach the turn we go off, so we can like be pretty patient with looking for red mana. And yeah, let's see how this goes. See you guys round 1. Alright, we're playing against Bang Bang. We are on the play, which is great for this deck. Yeah, I'll keep this hand. We can Misty Rainforest for our tri-land. We can Mystical Tutor for something if we want to. How quickly? Let's see. If I get like Dark Ritual, how close am I to casting the Augury? I go Misty Rainforest, Mystical Tutor for Dark Ritual, and that's +2, +3, and that costs 7. So I'm actually like not that far away from being able to go Dark Ritual, Cabal Ritual, Animatu's Augury, Animatu's, whatever. Okay, opponent, we go Misty, pass. We could even, you know, tutor with Mystical if we need to for like Time Twister, but I don't think I'm gonna do that just yet. We could run the true gambit of Mystical Tutor for Demonic Tutor, which would then let us cast Lion's Eye Diamond. Opponent starts with Swamp Mox, which I don't love. Hopefully they're not aggressive. That's a lot. That's a lot of mana. Okay. We could tutor up Arcane Denial, but I think I'm better off just getting our tapped land, because I don't want to draw a tapped land. That's a lot of mana though. Triome. What is this turn 1? I gotta have 6 mana on turn 2? Okay, we draw Mountain. I don't love it. Go Island. Hopefully they just pass turn. Okay. I don't need to run out Mystical Tutor just yet. We're still making land drops. We do draw Dismember. I guess at this point I'm going to play Mountain. No, they have a spell. Okay, Thirst isn't that scary. Thirst into Gristlebrand, however, would be scary. Let me think about this. I Mystical Tutor for Demonic Tutor. Or Dark Ritual. I go Dark Ritual for 3, Cabal Ritual up to 4, 5, 6, 7. Opponent's on Storm as well. So I might just... Oh, this costs 8. Never mind. I have to wait one more turn. Okay, they have Karn. Hope they make a Karn Struck and I can just kill it. Okay. Duretti versus Spell Pierce. I guess I'll give them Duretti. Tide doesn't do it either. Mind's Desire doesn't work. Alright, we're gonna wait. But I pretty much have to Mystical Tutor this turn. Okay, Island is good. Go Island. Pass turn. So now if they want to hold up Spell Pierce, they can. But they have to tap Grim Monolith to play Duretti unless they have a land. Okay, so they do get Spell Pierce, which I don't like. They play Duretti. And we're in trouble. Discard 2, draw 2. Okay, we're in deep trouble. What can I even Mystical Tutor for at this point? High Tide and Dark Ritual are about the same. Alright, we'll just keep drawing. I could get a counterspell. Like, they're not really pressuring me, so I could just keep playing lands. There is Time Twister. So if I Time Twister, they Spell Pierce, and then I pay for it, that's not too bad. Main phase Time Twister, letting them go is pretty scary though. We'll pass. I'm literally doing nothing here. But kind of so are they. Alren's Epiphany, you can have a Pyretic Ritual. You're not taking an extra turn. So I just have to find a way to go for this somehow. That Spell Pierce is really brutal though. Okay, they play Pyretic Ritual. I have literally no effects. Desperate Ritual. Dark Ritual. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 mana. Cabal, oh my gosh. Yeah, they're like doing what I want to do, but way better. But they could fizzle. Right, if this is like a Mind's Desire, they could very easily fizzle here. Okay. They have no blue mana. So we need them to whiff and then for us to win. Easy as that. Mountain, doesn't matter. Echo of Aeons, okay. Tinker. If they have Bolas's Citadel, we're in trouble. Kolaghan's Command doesn't matter. Land. So basically, if they can Tinker for Bolas's Citadel, we're in trouble. Honestly, if they have Tendrils in their deck, we're probably dead too, because they just cast Echo of Aeons. So we discard a card that deals 2 damage to us. I'm going to discard Dismember, I think. That gives them the least information. Like, I'm so likely to be dead. If they somehow get a hasty Blightsteel with Tinker, like, so be it. But I don't want to give them any ideas of what my deck is. Okay, they do have the Citadel. So if they whip on Citadel, we could actually win here. They Echo of Aeons. I'm not even going to Mystical Tutor because I don't want to give them extra Storm. They Tinker again. Okay. For a Mock. So they don't have that many artifacts in their deck is what I'm gathering. Have I played a single spell this whole game? I don't... I really think I have not cast a single spell. Interactive Magic at its finest. They cycle a Triumph. That's good news for me. Thirst means I'm probably dead. Maybe I was supposed to Mystical Tutor, because right now my hand still does nothing. Okay, they discard Emrakul, which they can no longer cast off the top of Bolas's Citadel. They also discarded Jace the Mind Sculptor. So now they discard with Duretti. They must have Tendrils in their deck somewhere, right? Desperate Ritual Mountain. They have a Storm count of 10, more than enough to kill me. Maybe, I don't know, they might have just hard whiffed. They do have 8 cards in hand, so they can go for it all again next turn. With mana. They do 2 damage to me, I discard. We're just going to discard... I could discard Echo of Aeons, but I already have Time Twister. I just don't want to show them what my deck is. So we'll discard a land. Because they should be able to win here, but it's not looking like they're going to. Yeah, they just whiffed. Sweet. We draw bad lands. So I can Time Twister with 3 mana left. That seems not so great. Play Atris. See what we got going on. So my instinct tells me to take the pile of 1 if it exists. Augury land versus 1 unknown. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So next turn I can't even play Augury even if I get it. What could the unknown card be? If I could cast Augury, I'd be all for this. I'm gonna take the unknown card. It's probably land. Ooh, Narset's decent actually. Go Badlands. Pass. Narset's gonna be huge if I can play it next turn. I am facing an active Bolas's Citadel though, so that might be sketchy. I don't think they have Tendrils in their deck, otherwise they just got like obscenely unlucky. Okay, opponent discards Arid Mesa, Echo of Aeons. They may flashback Echo. This is one of the weirdest games. So they play Ritual off the top, into Cabal Ritual off the top, into Underworld Breach. Oh, are they gonna Kolaghan's Command Me to death maybe? I'm learning a lot. This is this is a lot of things. They can like Kolaghan's Command Me to death and then like Bolas's Citadel activate maybe? Dark Ritual from their hand. Mind's Desire for 5. So I get to see more of their deck again. Spell Pierce. Brain Freeze. Okay, so they do have Brain Freeze. Okay. Now I know how their deck wins. Maybe I should have waited to see if they had LED, but I found a win con. Okay, that was painful. I don't need Dismember. I don't think they have any creatures. We'll bring in Rakdos Return because that seems pretty decent against them. I don't have any way to kill a resolved Bolas's Citadel except for I guess Ugin. I think we're good. We'll run it back. It's weird we got paired up to the mirror match. Like how many people are actually drafting Storm? The tinfoil hat theory thickens. The theory thickens? The plot thickens? One of those two. There's something that's getting thicker. Actually, I'm adding Vampiric Tutor for Narset. That seems worthwhile, and we're getting rid of... Ugin's not even that good in this matchup, is it? Get rid of Ugin. 8 mana is a lot to ask, and just being able to vamp to Narset, like, shuts down a lot of their deck. Alright, let's try this again. Going first. See if we can actually... I don't think I cast a spell. I'll keep this. We're probably going to cast a Thran Dynamo, so that's a good start. We can Misty Rainforest for our Tri-Land. Still potentially not. If we don't draw any lands, we won't be casting a single spell again this game. So maybe this was a mistake. I'm feeling kind of loose. I don't know. I could win on time. My opponent spent like 10 minutes storming out there. They also mulliganed. I think you keep this hand. I have Demonic Tutor, Vampiric Tutor, Mystical Tutor, Narset, like so many good draws. My opponent has way better fast mana than I do though. Yeah, Mana Vault. Like, yeah, we're in a bit of trouble. Their deck is like mine, but with power. Play this. This doesn't give you red, does it? No. Alright, well, now if I draw a red source... I know High Tide adds 0 mana. Chase the Mind Sculptor. Yeah, we're in trouble. Rakdos Return can hit Planeswalkers, so if I draw a Mountain, or Narset, both of those are great options here. An Island would let me cast Thran Dynamo off of High Tide. I don't know if I want to do that, but I could. All I can say is I'm glad I got rid of Ugin for Vampiric Tutor, because Vampiric Tutor much better draw than Ugin here. Okay, so there is Island. Can play it. So we can High Tide for Thran Dynamo. That actually seems okay. It makes a red source off the top good. We're like really weak to Kolaghan's command, but we could just discard Ulamog, I guess. When it brainstorms. So yeah. Demonic Tutor's good. Anything that stops Jace, like Narset just destroys Jace, would be nice. 7 mana, so we're close to Ulamog as well, which would actually be pretty backbreaking. And they missed a land drop? Okay, Demonic Tutor it is. Swamp. Demonic Tutor. I think I am just gonna go for Narset here. They have mana drain, that's unfortunate, but we're playing around Spell Pierce. Okay. Get a spell. If they have a lightning bolt, that's bad. But I didn't think I saw a lightning bolt. I saw Cabal Ritual Tendrils. I'll grab Cabal Ritual. I saw Kolaghan's command, a bunch of 2 damage spells, so I don't think I'm going to downtick Narset again. But like this makes Jace so bad. So they can start Fate Sealing me, but like I kind of want to draw lands. Oh, they Fate Seal themselves. That makes sense too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So Dark Ritual would let me cast Ulamog. Except I'm very weak to Spell Pierce in that case. They have to discard the hand size. This is glorious. How did they Jace? Put a card on the bottom. Maybe they have Tinker. Do draw a land. You know, actually I think I do downtick Narset. They're missing lands, they can't even hit Kolaghan's command, and I could just win right now. Underworld Breach, Wishclaw Talisman. This does not add red. Guess I'll get Wishclaw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright, let's play Wishclaw Talisman. Land. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I could play Mind's Desire for 2. Seems pretty bad. Opponent is so stuck on mana. If they go into Bolas's Citadel next turn, like, I guess that's possible. But if they had Tinker, I guess they would have cast Tinker earlier. Okay, they Fate Seal themselves again. The real question is, like, put a card on the bottom. Discard Cabal Ritual, so they just don't even have black mana. I draw another land. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think I'm just gonna Cabal Ritual out in Ulamog. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Even if they counter this, they're gonna be missing Volcanic Island Jace. Okay, yeah, I think we're fine. And they're just like, what is this deck that I'm gonna play? These are the two of the weirdest games I've ever played of Magic in a row. Where my first like real play was hardcast Ulamog on turn 6. And my opponent was missing 2 lands for a million years with Jace in play. Like this is it's been interesting to say the least. Okay. I'm wondering maybe if I should have exiled the lands instead of Jace, but Jace could bounce the Ulamog, but then I can recast it. I have no idea. That was very bizarre. But Narset is pretty good against them. Teferi. I don't really have the white mana. If this was like junk color or Esper colors, this would be perfect. Yeah, I think I just keep it the same. I don't know. If I can get a Narset in play, I'm in good shape, I guess. Oh, wait. Bring in Ulamog, get rid of Vampiric. Then they can't Brain Freeze me if I have Ulamog, and that seemed like their 1 win condition. Actually, yeah, I should have Ulamog in my deck, then I can't die. It makes my Underworld Breach combos worse, but it makes my other cards better? Could cut Rakdos Return in that case? For Vampiric? Nope, too late. Oh no, it's not too late. No, it is, okay. Of course Ulamog's in my hand. I have to mulligan this, right? I will keep this, I guess, and get rid of Ulamog. And we're just gonna Demonic Tutor for Time Twister. Similar situation. Or Demonic Tutor for Narset, maybe. Both are good options. They have Ancestral Recall? Oh my gosh. Alright, well... do I want to play the Triome or cycle the Triome? Probably with this many lands. I'm going to be doing stuff on turn 3. I'm going to play it. This lets me play all islands for Demonic Tutor as well, or for High Tide. When it discards the hand size, good news. So they have Emrakul, so they can't really Brain Freeze combo themselves. I am going to Demonic Tutor. See if they counter that with Spell Pierce. Okay. Honestly, I think I just get Narset. Okay, they Desperate Ritual main phase. Are they just gonna through the breach at Emrakul, or what is happening here? Ready? Sure. That seems fine with me because I get to go Narset into Time Twister, make them discard their hand. I might win the Anemic Storm beatdowns. Wow, and they discard Thirst for Knowledge, Dark Ritual. They do hit a land. Oh, they have Spell Pierce now. That might have been really, really ambitious. Do I still just go for it, or do I Mystical Tutor for a counter spell? I think I still just go for it. If it resolves, it's so good. Yeah, okay. Rakdos Return, Coercive Portal. So I do actually have the red for return, but I kind of want a Mystical Tutor for Time Twister. I'm going to take... Return can kill Duretti, I guess. I'll take that. That can leave them with nothing in hand. And now they can uptick Duretti, but they can't draw cards off of him, otherwise they just have to discard. And this is why I think this card is bad for a cube. Essentially, this card is single-handedly, like, beating their entire deck. Both games that I won were basically, like, put Narset into play, win game. And that's not very fun. I draw Tendrils. Do I even want to downtick Narset? It makes her weak to 2 damage spells. But they just have Kolaghan's Command. I think I can downtick Narset. Cabal, Ritual, Wishclaw Talisman, Aminatu's Augury. Augury seems sweet. Badlands, Grand Dynamo. I'm playing this really, really nonchalantly. I should be like doing stuff, but I have Narset in play against the Storm deck that just discarded a bunch of rituals. Like, unless they specifically go Mox Tinker, which they could, I think we're okay. So right now I can High Tide up to 9, so I think on upkeep I probably Mystical Tutor for Arcane Denial. Mystical Tutor for Arcane Denial. 1, 2... I can Rakdos Return for like 3, which is probably good enough. A Counterspell plus Rakdos Return active Narset against an opponent like that seems good. Well, unless they do specifically have Mox into Tinker Citadel. No, they don't. Yeah, we're gonna tutor on upkeep for Counter Magic. Or Time Twister. That leaves them with no hand. But I have no follow-up to that, right? I have 1, 2, 3. I guess I'm supposed to High Tide? No. I'm trying to think. What's better here? Arcane Denial versus Time Twister. Get Arcane Denial. I can Rakdos Return, play land. 1, 2. Rakdos Return for 3. That's probably good enough. Do this. Black, red, this. Return your hand. Playing around Spell Pierce and stuff. I'm supposed to target Duretti, but discard Time Spiral, Cabal, Ritual, Liliana's Triumph. All useless cards. Okay, they do nothing. We're just gonna draw naturally. This is such a weird game. I'm playing this so weirdly. They could be upticking Duretti, but you may put a land card from among them onto the battlefield. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So if I go High Tide, then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 mana. So I can Augury with Arcane Denial back up. High Tide. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I kind of want 12. We're going to wait a turn. Catapult is fine. They clearly drew that for a turn, so the other 3 cards could be Counter Magic or whatever. But now I have the option to draw a land. Ooh, Dark Ritual is good too. Go High Tide, Dark Ritual, Augury. Putting a land into play, Island. Ooh, I did get Underworld Breach and Wishclaw Talisman. That was a pretty bad hit though, actually. Cast Wishclaw Talisman as artifact. I can tutor up like Lion's Eye Diamond, I guess. Cast Underworld Breach here. What do I even want to do? I can Demonic Tutor up to 6. There's so much mana. I need a storm count of 9 to get there. I think I have to Dark Ritual. Exiling High Tide, Rakdos Return, Mystical Tutor. Then I can Wishclaw Talisman. Or Lion's Eye Diamond? Play Lion's Eye Diamond. And then I can play Tendrils and then flash it back. I don't think Stifle is in the cube. Like this for black. I guess I cast this, targeting them. I guess I do have to sacrifice this. Like this for black. Tendrils them. Exiling this, this, and this. And if they can survive this somehow, I'll be very impressed. I think there was much better lines I could have gone with, but this felt reasonably safe. Okay. Alright, Anemic Storm beatdown. See you guys next round. Alright, we're playing against the world famous John Bovey. I'm gonna keep this hand. I mean, we're just gonna Demonic Tutor for Narset most likely. It seems like a good winning line. If I draw a land, dismember. I want to play the Triumph tapped. I don't know. If my opponent plays Jace, I'm willing to take off a turn to Demonic Tutor for something else. I just realized my opponent played Ancestral the previous game as well. But they like undid their Ancestral by double ritualing out a Duretti. Okay, they're blue-red, which is like the default colors in Vintage Cube. Draw Misty. I guess I do fetch Shuffle here. And I am just going to Demonic Tutor main phase. Probably for Narset. They might counter it, and that's fine. We may not run out Narset necessarily. Ah. Okay. If they want a Time Twister, it'll be both. No! What? Oh, that's bad. I mean, yeah, you gotta run it out, but they hit Force of Negation to protect their Narset. It's disgusting. Or to counter my Narset, I mean. Or not. They're thinking for a while. Maybe they have to like pitch ooh. Narset resolves. I kind of don't want to downtick my Narset because then she could die to Lightning Bolt. Right? They could just go like bolt my Narset Time Twister. Brainstorm. Yeah, that's not good with Narset in play. I can tell you that much. Hallowed Fountain untapped. Please don't beat Teferi. I honestly don't know how my deck is winning any games. Restoration Angel. Alright, that dies to Dismember. Womp. Dismember now. They don't tick down anything. I think I just keep Narset at a healthy, friendly, full life total. Although I might lose to like Oblivion Ring in that case. But them just main phasing Restoration Angel is suspicious at least. Maybe I do downtick Narset? Let me think. Yeah, I'll downtick her. I don't know. I could instantly regret this. Cabal Ritual, Dark Ritual, Thran Dynamo. I guess I want to Thran Dynamo. Yeah, if my opponent just goes Bolt Narset, Time Twister, I'll be sad. But the Restoration Angel play felt like they didn't have a Bolt, which is kind of why I felt like going for it. Yeah. Now they might have Deceiver Exarch on my Narset. I mean, this feels like a Tiki-Jiki Splinter Twin deck for sure. Okay, no red mana for Breach. Go Island, Grand Dynamo. They let it resolve. I think we're going to keep Narset healthy. This protects us from Deceiver Exarch killing Narset. Just don't play anything end of turn, opponent. No! Okay, this is bigger. Oh, Shark Typhoon for 3. Ah, they got me. They do still get to draw a card as well. That's brutal. Goodbye, Narset. So, being overly cautious did hurt me. And now I might lose my entire hand. Ooh. Okay, they raid my Dynamo. I mean, that does put cards in my graveyard for Underworld Breach as a minor upside, I guess. Mono lands. Do I just cast a Raw Mind's Desire for 1? No. No. I'm not that crazy. Although if I had hit like a Ugin there, it would be pretty good. But just like being able to Mind's Desire for 2 is so much better. I know almost all of my rituals are on the bottom. I could draw High Tide specifically, I guess. But like almost all of my outs are gone because of Narset. And that's why I was complaining about it for my opponent last game. Is like this card single-handedly is shutting down my opponent's deck, and we were not playing functional Magic for a while. And now my opponent gets to play functional Magic, and like there's a ton of cards in my deck that just say do nothing. Okay, my opponent gets to go Brainstorm into Ponder. Yeah, I don't know, maybe. Well, no, even if I kept Narset at 5, I would just have one less card in my hand. Yeah, they pondered. They chose to shuffle. Just draw a land, okay. I'm gonna give myself one more turn, and then we just have to play Mind's Desire naturally. Although, I don't know. My opponent might be playing this very cautiously. I have 5 cards in hand, and I look like a control deck. Wait, opponent has Force of Negation in hand. That's right. So I need to Mind's Desire specifically into Big Ulamog. Okay, yeah, I die next turn, because the Imperial Recruiter for like Kiki, and then they can like Kiki Deceiver Exarch and I die. So, yeah. Oh, someone's at the door. Hey, my package is here. Alright, yes, the old Mystical Tutor. So, they get to Deceiver Exarch. I guess maybe they need red mana? Do I have any? I just have no chance of winning with Mind's Desire. So, I just have to like pretend like I have a million counterspells, and then go for the Mystical Tutor play next turn. Because, for those who are wondering, you cannot Mystical Tutor to set up your Mind's Desires. Okay, they don't have red, that's good. Honestly, we might have a chance now. We're gonna Mystical Tutor on upkeep. See if they counter this. which opens the door to Mind's Desire. Okay. I can't draw any cards, so that's off the table. 5, 6. Yeah, I can't draw any cards. I guess High Tide into Tendrils seems like probably the best out. Cast High Tide. See if they counter that. Yeah, this is my only chance. High Tide into Tendrils into Mind's Desire, and hope they like burn their counterspells. Oh, they have counterspell and Force of Negation? That's gonna be troublesome. But that did actually give me extra Storm, so maybe it's better that way. Keep open a single black, let's Mind's Desire. For 3. The problem is Ugin's my only out, and I know my opponent has Force of Negation. But I could hit like Cabal Ritual into Tendrils, which could end up lethal. I think we're giving ourselves as good of an out as we can get. If they like... If we hit a red source, like a Talisman, and then can go Underworld Breach, there's a chance. Like red source, LED, Underworld Breach, Ugin. You know, if you're asking for the cards off the top, you might as well ask for the good ones. I kept a single swamp open. Ooh, that's a good hit. So they definitely have to counter that one. It actually worked out so much better that they counterspelled my High Tide. Wishclaw Talisman, another useful one. I can get LED, I guess. Coercive Portal means I don't instantly die. And Cabal Ritual. Ooh, this is actually pretty good. So let's lead with Wishclaw Talisman. Cabal Ritual will get me high enough to Tendrils, and at least in terms of mana. I might actually be able to win this, because they have to counter Amanatu's Augury, right? And I don't think Flusterstorm is in the cube, otherwise there could be an argument for not casting things before the Augury. Is opponent considering countering Wishclaw Talisman? Because that, if they counter Wishclaw Talisman, that would be incredible. Okay. I accept. I think I just won this game somehow. Unless they have even more counter magic in hand. Let's cast Coercive Portal. Get this. I mean, that resolves, right? But they countered the card I thought was definitely not resolving. Let's cast Augury. They have Mana Drain? Okay, that's why they did that. But now I get to Cabal Ritual into Tendrils for lethal. Whoo! That was insane! Oh my gosh, that was good. Through a Narset. I would be so mad if I was the opponent. That was awesome. They shouldn't have countered the useless card. That was the problem. What is that tutor doing for me there? Also, this is a terrible matchup. Like an unbelievably bad matchup for me. I don't know how I can win this. Maybe I want like a Wandering Fumarole to start sniping Planeswalkers. That actually seems better than a Mountain. I want Lumbering Falls? No, that's too hard to activate. Yeah, this is such a hard matchup. They disconnected. Oh, we got him. Good. Hero's Downfall. Probably... Well, Dismember stops the Kiki combo. Downfall can kill their Narset, which seems useful. That's what you call just getting outplayed. I don't know what else there is to say. Or just playing themselves. I didn't even do anything. They just died. We have a Braid. Do I want any of these? Memory Jar looks like the weakest of these. So maybe I just get rid of a Memory Jar. I just have so much card draw. Yeah. We'll see if my opponent reconnects or if they're just gone. Alright, they're back. I can torment them more. This hand has Ugin. It does have Hero's Downfall, so I can stop Narset. This is my biggest problem with Narset, right? I haven't answered a Narset. This costs 3 mana. Narset costs 3 mana. But even if I do like go through with that, my opponent can like draws a card off of Narset. So I have a good answer and I'm still down a card. There's no like profitable way to answer Narset aside from counter magic, which only one color has, which is blue. And then you just like, and the other deck's gonna be playing Narsets too. So like the only way to profitably combat Narset is to play another Narset deck. It's not great. That's what I'm saying. So they have Counterspell, Mana Drain, and Force of Negation. We're in for a really rough one. Especially Force of Negation, because there's really no way I can play around that. Island into Talisman. Hopefully they just counter this. I accept. Mana Drain, I'm not as fond of, but gets it out of their hand. The other thing is I'm playing Storm, and I'm ahead of my opponent on time by 4 minutes. Ooh, they don't even use the Mana Drain mana or cast a Narset. That's nice. I hope they... Oh, they could have Force of Negation, but that only works on their turn. Vendilion Click. Okay. That's fine with me. I can Mystical Tutor now, but I don't think they're taking Mystical Tutor. They're probably taking Demonic Tutor. Oh wow, they take Hero's Downfall. Okay. Go Badlands, Talisman. Do I Demonic Tutor now? Or do I wait and Mystical Tutor? I don't have Damnation. I can get like Dismember for a V-Click. I think I want to Demonic Tutor now. So if they play Narset, maybe I just get an Atris, honestly. That's not card draw. Atris is interesting. Hero's Downfall, the answer stuff is obviously interesting because they wanted it gone. Narset is also interesting, but it just dies to Vendilion Click. I kind of like Atris because I can still always Mystical Tutor for removal if I need to. This way, if they hold up mana, on upkeep I can Mystical Tutor. If they just jam Narset, I can play Atris and start attacking Narset. And if they think they can protect Narset with Force of Negation, I have Atris. A Drawstep Restoration Angel would be annoying though. But that would be really greedy to go for, I think. Nope, they're going for it. I'm just gonna draw naturally. Pestermite tapping down a thing. Okay. Alright, in my upkeep I'm going to Mystical Tutor. No, actually that mana just goes away anyway. Like a Mystical Tutor for Dismember prevents myself from dying right now, I guess. We can play an island for High Tide. I don't see a need to act right now. They had a lot of confidence going for Pestermite in upkeep. I guess by doing this we do open ourselves up to Restoration Angel. So maybe I'm just supposed to dismember the Pestermite right then and there. Because now I'm in a really rough spot. Metamorphose is fine. Did they just have Kiki Jiki plus Force of Negation backup, maybe? No, because they didn't add red. They just did that, and now end of turn can dismember the Pestermite, paying a black here. I have 3 turns. Hell Queller. Ooh. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I have like 1 turn. Alright, I think I'm gonna bring in Damnation given the things that I'm seeing here. Land, so let's go Atris. 2, 3, 4 for you. So their last 2 cards would have to be Mountain Kiki Jiki or just Splinter Twin for this play to be like instant win for them, because if I get to Ugin -3, I guess I need a ritual for that to happen. But we're just playing as if they have no counter magic now because I can't beat that. Okay, well they're thinking about it. Pile 2 for sure. Oh, that's bad. I guess I play islands that makes High Tide, but that's brutal. 3 lands on top. I mean, at least I'm not drawing those 3 lands, but I need Dark Ritual, High Tide. It's like pretty much those 2. Otherwise, like Tendrils doesn't even buy me another turn, I don't think. And if I do get to Ugin, I think I will -4 even though it kills my Atris because Restoration Angel is so scary. I'm still dead to Shark Typhoon though, so Phantasmal Image copying Vendilion Click or Atris. Well, now I don't think I can win. Do I concede here? Did they see the Ugin? I think they did. I don't concede. We could draw Time Twister. They only have 1 card in hand. We draw Hero's Downfall. Okay. Inside Diamond. So I can go to 2. Attack them for 3. If they attack with all 3, I definitely die. Alright. Game 3 it is. Yeah, I'm bringing in Damnation. They have quite a few creatures now. I probably still want Dismember. Like Damnation. Do I like Chupacabra? Actually, Damnation's only good in like that specific case where they have a bunch of stuff. I could bring in Inferno Titan. They probably would not expect that. It also plays around Force of Negation, but it's so hard to cast. I think we're good. Because like, if I bring in Damnation, yes, I can kill their stuff, but you gotta remember, ooh, any land, this hand's good. I also have to win the game, right? I can't just kill their creatures. I have to advance my game plan of storming out. Maybe this hand was terrible. I just like auto keep Narset hands, which is probably not a good practice. I do draw Mystical Tutor, which does not help me. Alright, I need a land really badly. They could just mana drain my Narset. There's so many cards they could have here that make this bad, but so many cards that could be good too. Don't counter, don't counter, don't counter. No. Nope, they had it. Yeah, they had it. Alright. At least it wasn't mana drain. I can Mystical Tutor for Time Twister, I guess, to get out of this. Ooh, okay, I draw land. They Vendilion Click me. I will kill the Vendilion Click. Okay, turn off auto yields. let's dismember the click. Paying 1 life black. And then I can Mystical Tutor or a Time Twister. That's a pretty good way to counter a Vendilion click, I think. Yeah, they leave me with cards in hand. That makes sense. If they counter my Time Twister, things get more dire. If I had the mana, obviously I would have tutored up the Echo of Aeon, the one with flashback. If they just pass with 3 mana up, Spell Queller is kind of an issue. They just cast Narset. Okay, Manamorphose. I mean, they could be digging for Narset. Because they didn't have it in their hand before. Otherwise, I think you would just cast it. Unless they're missing a land. Dark Faiden's not so bad. I mean, he's annoying. But he's much more beatable than Narset. And they could also have Force of Negation in hand, which would make this really bad. And Ponder, okay. So they're just digging really hard to Force of Negation, I guess. They shuffled off Ponder. Do I Cabal Ritual into Time Twister? I don't think I do, because if they counter Time Twister, I'm in a really bad spot if I use my Cabal Ritual. Okay, well, I'm still in a pretty bad spot. We can go Badlands. If I play Talisman, they can steal it with Dak. The problem with Narset is now Wandering Fumarole can kill it. I just drew a bunch of land. Right, I played, they just take it. I just can't cast Talisman. I can use it for Storm Count later, I guess. But that was a pretty bad hit off Time Twister, so I'm probably not winning this game. They discard Impulse off Dak Faden? What is in their hand? Just like Resto Kiki? It probably. Mono Islands for me. Go ahead and play Narset, playing around Mana Leak. Narset's not even good, because Fumarole. Well, actually it stops Dak Faden. But I have to down-tick Narset. Like, if they want to spend their turn killing Narset, that's okay. Underworld Breach, Arcane Denial, High Tide. So if I get Breach, I'm still a ways away from being able to flashback Time Twister. High Tide gives me a ton of mana. Guess I want Arcane Denial. It stops them from casting a spell at end of turn. And if they want to spend their whole turn killing Narset, like, that just buys me more time, which is good. They have Shark Typhoon? No, okay, I'm gonna counter Pestermite. They have Arcane Denial? Alright, well, if they have the combo, they have the combo. They draw a card, but they don't get their draw step. I would like to draw 2, yes. That's funny they had Arcane Denial. Dark Ritual, ugh. We're in such bad shape here. This is way too much mana, and yeah, we just die. Alright, GG's opponent, GG's. See you guys, round 3. Alright, we're playing against Lincoln I don't know. Why do I even try and say the names? Lincoln Lorraine, something like that. I'll keep this. Do I want it? Just a quick old Time Twister. Arcane Denial, they're playing turn 2 and then Time Twist it all back. Why not? That seems fun. Just don't play like Goblin Guide turn 1. Okay. I feel like against Lava Claw Reaches, we should be good in general. I'm actually gonna play Wishclaw. I take back my Arcane Denial stuff. Having Wishclaw post Time Twister will be huge. And it's not even guaranteed they play something turn 2. Okay, it seems like they are. But it could be just like a Signet. Blood Crypt. Ooh, that's the best of all worlds. They didn't do anything. And they showed me they're not doing anything. So now, probably if they play anything, I'm just going to Arcane Denial. And then Time Twister. Definitely, yeah. Do that. Counter that. Or resolve Coercive Portal. I would like to draw a card first. Memory Jar. You know what? Coercive Portal here. This gets me right back into the situation. They have so many cards they're going to have to discard, and I can still Time Twister anytime I want. Talisman of Dominance is fine. Everyone's Grixis. Talisman of Creativity. And this is the beauty of Talismans, as opposed to Signets. You can do this, and then, like, Stone Coil for 2. Not too scary. It's just easier to tap these. Like, for quality of life, especially in Magic Online, playing Talismans makes sense. The Signets, I think, are better in some, like, specific situations. Man, I can have so many cards in my hand next turn. Memory Jar, Talisman, Coercive Portal. If I can't win next turn, my deck is bad. It's possible I can't win next turn. I take 2 non-fallen shinobi damage, please. No! Oh, good lord. We are in trouble. Oh, that's so bad. Alright. What do you got? Top 2. Underworld Breach, Swamp. Not bad. They can Underworld Breach and give it back to me, or just keep Breach out of my deck. which makes winning with Storm pretty hard. The problem with my memory jar here is like the cards I want to draw, specifically Mind's Desire, are already in my hand. They concede the game. What? Did they misclick? What? They concede. What? I swear, is there anything in chat? What just happened? No, why? Okay, well, that's like so disappointing. I really wanted to finish that match. We had like interesting things to do. All right, well, very disappointing finish with a sweet deck. I think I had a good chance of just going off. Let's think of what I would have done. So, tutoring up High Tide seems like a pretty good play. It gives me like +5 mana. I can memory jar end of turn, but I guess they have Underworld Breach, so it depends on if they cast Underworld Breach or not. I could tutor up. I don't know. That would have been an interesting turn, but I didn't get to resolve it. So thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you're enjoying these videos. Again, I'm gonna try and get more out soon. My health is weird, and I'm trying to get my recording studio set up. So it might be a bit before I post more regularly than once a week, but you'll definitely know when I'm posting regularly. And Pauper's coming soon, or whenever I can as well. So I'll see you guys then.